Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight we are broadcasting from the home of the St. Louis Park Orioles varsity girls volleyball team. They are taking on their Metro West Conference rival, the Bloomington Kennedy Eagles. You can see their respective records, 3-13 and 8-7. I don't know how updated that is, but that is the records that we show there. So we're about to begin. The Orioles are in black. They'll be starting on the right side. The Eagles are in white and will be on the left of the net. So we're about to begin this best of 5 series. They have had some common opponents, and looking up some statistics regarding their seasons, they've each are 4-4 against common opponents. So and then looking at that, they lost to the same schools and they've both beaten the same schools. So fairly evenly matched squads here. Also in my research, they actually have identical records according to Sports Max. They indicate that they both are, let's see here, well, the 6 and 17, it's a little confusing, some of these online stat databases, for lack of a better word, but one of these printouts, looks like we're about ready to start here, and back to serve is Maddie McIntosh, the senior. Last time we broadcasted St. Louis Park Volleyball, they looked very good. Some excellent young talent coming up on this varsity team, and we're underway. And that ball is called in. Boy, a close call to start it off. Goes in favor of Kennedy right there against the backdrop. Let's see if we can get a better look at it here. Nice shot there. Did it catch the line? Oh yeah, that's in. Nice call by the back referee. So now serving is Kennedy for the first time tonight, up 1-0. There's a big spike and called in, number 14. Reagan Alexander, the 6'1" sophomore. Boy, that was a perfect set for her. Oh, that could have been a little long, and the Kennedy player didn't agree with it. She may have been correct, but the score is 1-1, and the serve goes back to the Orioles. And that is number 15, Michaela Winward, junior, 5'7", and she gets the point. And Park now has a 2-1 lead in game 1. Michaela Winward, outside hitter, 5'7" junior, going for her second service point of the game and the match. Jump serve, and a little much on that, goes long. So early on here, scores 2-2. And back to serve for Kennedy, number 12, Maya Tyler, outside hitter, sophomore. She gets it in. That's McIntosh. And the little dink shot there by 14, Reagan Alexander. And the point ends up going to the Orioles. So they now take a 3-2 lead. We now are substituting. Coming into the match for the Eagles, or for the Orioles, I should say, number 4 is Faith Johnson. Now back to serve for the Orioles. That's Hannah Howell, sophomore, 5'11", outside hitter. She gets her first serve in. Big spike attempt. Oh, they call that in by number 7 for the Kennedy Eagles. I thought it went long myself. Oh no, that's in. Nice call there by that back judge. Nice shot there by number 7, Ingrid Anderson, middle hitter, junior. Serving now is Linnea Zebol for the Eagles, and Faith Johnson gets stuffed at the net. Number 17 and number 2 in on the play for the Eagles. Allie Starks and Faith Devery stuff Faith Johnson, and now Kennedy has their first lead of the game, 4-3, and that serve for number 15, Linnea Zebol, doesn't make it over the net. So now another substitution. Maggie McIntosh comes out, and coming in on the front line is Kendall Coley. She's 6'2" sophomore to go along with Reagan Alexander, who's a 6'1" sophomore. That's what I'm talking about. The talent here for the future looks bright for the Orioles. Okay, now serve over the net. That's Faith Johnson. And the big spike there. Number 12, Kendall Coley, just comes in. Great substitution. Leads directly to a point for the Orioles. Look at that spike. Too much power for the Eagles to handle at the front line. There's Johnson, nice set there. Here it comes. Oh, and we have a net violation. Orioles were in the net, so that turns it over, and that evens the score, 5-5. They have identical records according to Max Preps, so this is not a surprise. This match could go 5 games easily. Park gets that point. And another substitution into the match now for the Orioles. Number 3, Ivy Jones, just 5'1" junior. She's back there to serve and dig out those hard back row shots. Nice move there. Goes off the ceiling. That means it's still in play. Kennedy does save it, and there's a net violation on number 7. She called herself on it. Ingrid Anderson. There's the shot there. And Ivy Jones gets her second service attempt, and she scores again. So another great substitution by Whitney Mariota Simon. 2 key substitutions. Kendall Coley and Ivy Jones have resulted in 4 points so far, and now a 3rd point for Jones. Great substitution, great strategy by Mariota Simon. Ivy Jones unable to get it over that time, but nice job reeling off 3 points, and now that means a 3-point lead for Park here in game 1. Back to serve Ingrid Anderson for the Kennedy Eagles. Gets it in, and it goes off Ivy Jones. Can McIntosh save it? Jones, nope, no save there, so tough play there for Ivy Jones. So Ingrid Anderson, junior, middle hitter, number 7 right there. Big serve, nice serve. Picks on Ivy Jones, but this time Ivy's there. Now Faith will get it over. Maddie McIntosh with the going to the knee to save it. Johnson with the nice job by Johnson. That is the artistry of high school volleyball. Just her instinct to just put just enough on that to get the timing off of the front row players for the Eagles. Resulted in the point, and now the service. And in to serve for St. Louis Park, number 8. Off the junior varsity, Addie Ward, junior, 5'6", outside hitter, gets a point. Another great substitution by the coaching staff of St. Louis Park. They substitute Addie Ward, the JV player. Results in a point. Another big serve by Ward. Here comes Kennedy's number 12. That was Maya Tyler. Nice play there by number 15. Quick reaction, Michaela Winward. Quick reflexes at the net there. Resulted in another point, and that jump serve gets away from Addie Ward, but she does add 2 points and extends Park's lead to 4, 12-8. Back to serve is number 1 for Kennedy. That's Michaela Sanchez Saracita. And that first service goes long. So things going well here in game 1. According to Max Prep Sports, Kennedy is 18-19. St. Louis Park is 18-19. Not sure where those numbers come from. Not sure how reliable they are either. But so far they're fairly evenly matched, although St. Louis Park is getting a little bit of the edge. And now Kennedy, misfire in the midcourt there by St. Louis Park, unfortunately for them. So they want to tighten that up. That was kind of an unforced error. So back to serve, down 4 for Kennedy is number 18, Ave Valente, senior setter. And Valente sets it for number 15, Linnea Ziebel. She's got some power on that spike shot, and that results in another point for Kennedy, and they cut the lead to 3. Great volleyball action there. Here comes number 18 once again. Ava Valente gets another point. 13-11. They played a 25. Got to win by 2. Except for game 5, if there is one, then they only played a 15. Okay, back to serve, going for her 3rd consecutive point for the Kennedy Eagles, Ave Valente. That came off her hand a little awkward, caught it on the outside. Ball fluttered to the right and out, so point back to St. Louis Park, and they get control of the serve, up 3. And back to serve, number 15. Steady Michaela Winward, the junior outside hitter. Trying to do some damage on the serve, and she also employs the jump serve, and they have a hard time handling it in the back row for the Eagles. Here it is again, and that bump, just couldn't control it, went right in the net. Nothing she could do there in the front row for Kennedy. All right, Winward going for number 2 in a row. Jump serve is in, back row. This time they handle it better. And here's the set. Oh, but the set. Boy, that still, I think, is a reverberation of the power on Winward's serve. And that results in a timeout. Down 5 for Bloomington Kennedy. Their head coach, Angie Slawson, S-L-A-W-S-O-N. And the assistant coach, Kevin Race. There they are. They're going to talk it over. They don't want this to get out of hand. But the momentum was certainly in favor of St. Louis Park there. So if you're the coach for St. Louis Park, who's been substituting very, very well, just the message got to be just keep doing what you're doing, tighten up the mistakes. They had one little misplay there a couple of points ago. But otherwise, just keep it going. Looks like she's over there, and you can see she's doing some real teaching there. That's good. And she's got the attention of that team. Look at that. That is awesome to see. I predict good things for this volleyball team going forward. Okay, they come out of the break. And back to serve once again. See if the timeout, oftentimes the timeout does freeze the server. Takes them out of their rhythm. They got to get it going again. Let's see if Winward can overcome that phenomenon. They're 9 points from game 1 victory. She gets it in. Nice job. They have a hard time handling it again. Winward. 3 in a row. Nice job by the junior. All right, they get the ball back to her. There's so much power on that ball, it almost went out of the gymnasium on the back end, I think. All right, here comes Winward. Going for 4 in a row. Gets it in. This time they handle it okay. Here comes the set. Not great. Chance for St. Louis Park. Here's the set and the spike. Beautiful. Couldn't have drawn it up better. Number 14. Nails that. Reagan Alexander, the 6'1" sophomore. Boy, that was textbook. Powerful serve, weak return, bump, set, spike, point please. Winward, and it's in. She catches the line. My goodness, is she hot. Going for 6 in a row. Boy, when I said let's do some damage, she wasn't kidding. Now up 8, 6 to go to get the win. That last serve was brilliant. She just caught the line. Up again, gets it in. They have a hard time handling it. My goodness, look at this. Falling all over each other. Winward going for 7 in a row. We are witnessing some spectacular serving right here by Michaela Winward. Jump serve, it's in. This time they handle it. Here comes the set. Good attempt. What a save there by McIndoe. And the spike, saved by St. Louis Park. And, oh, unfortunately, number 19, Gabriella McCaw, 6'4" senior, unable to handle that. But nice run there for the Orioles. Has given them complete control here of game 1, just 5 from the victory and up 8. And that serve goes out of bounds. Not the response Kennedy was looking for after giving up 7 or 8 in a row. Now back to serve, number 17, trying to close it out, Hannah Howell. sophomore, 5'11". Big jump serve goes the back row. And they have trouble with that as well. They're going to have to just save it. Nice save there by Anderson. Beautiful save. Pulls that out of her hat. Number 7, Ingrid Anderson from off the net delivers a beautiful strike there. Found the open spot, and there wasn't much there. So she saves Kennedy. They get to serve, and that's number 15, Linnea Zebo, one of their better players. Now Faith Johnson gets it over. Off the speaker, low ceilings here in this very old school for St. Louis Park. And the tip over, and a net violation. Or no, they called that he lifted the ball, so it was an illegal hit right there. Yep, off the top of the hand. I think that's illegal. There's the bump by Maddie Maggie. Oh, the big, giant spike attempt by Faith Johnson goes long. Right there, look at that. Just, boy, did it not touch Zebul. It was, the referee at the back there was just obstructed. Certainly looked like it might have caught her jersey, but nevertheless, point now goes to St. Louis Park. Substitutions now on both sides. Coming in to serve off the bench is Annie Holden, 5'6" sophomore. If I recall her last match broadcasting, she can also serve it pretty well. Again, off the speaker, that's fair game. The school reminds me of the school I went to that was built in the 60s. 1965, that's what this looks like. So these ceilings are real low. Boy, that was almost an illegal hit. What a serve there by Holden. And violation into the net. Number 17, the culprit for the Eagles. Allie Stark, she didn't like it, but she was there. And now we're at game point. 9-point lead, 24-15. Holden to close it out. Take something off of it. Now they got a chance. Who's going to get it? Oh, the set wasn't very good, and it resulted in a point. No, into the net, they call it. Oh, my goodness. So St. Louis Park wins on a technical violation. 25-15. That's your result. Game 1. Come on back for the second one.
My name is Carly, I'm 15 years old, and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I get my driver's license, of course I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor. I've been saved twice, so who says I can't save somebody else?
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. I'm Robert Christensen, and we are bringing you Metro West Conference Volleyball. If you're just joining us, we completed Game 1, and you can see the score, 25-15. The summary recap, it was pretty much tied through the first 10 points. I'd say it was tied around there, and then the serving duo of Michaela Winward and Annie Holden reeled off the I think the last 10 or 12 points almost in a row. And that's what asserted the Orioles to take control of Game 1 and win comfortably by 10. So we're about to begin Game 2. Not sure what the delay is. Both teams have been out there for a few minutes. And okay, looks like a late substitution. Eagles don't look completely well organized there. So, but okay, we're gonna start. Eagles start serving back there. Number 18, that's Julianna Ortega Guire. Big spike there, and it's called in. I think she caught the line. Number 14 for St. Louis Park, Reagan Alexander, gets them off to a roaring start with that big spike there. And now the last person the Kennedy Eagles want to see is Michaela Winward. Last time she served, she got 8 in a row. Just a few moments ago to close out. Big, oh my goodness. Gabrielle McCaw, senior, 6'4", putting the hurt on the Eagles on this one. Look at that. she caught it perfect. What a great set there. I think that came from Hannah Howell. So, okay, Windward back to her old tricks, scoring points. Big serve here. Oh, it goes long this time. So, but nevertheless, she does assert herself, reels off 2 big points with a big assist from Gabrielle McCaw. And now to serve is Seibel. Hannah Howell puts some pace on that. Trouble for the Eagles. They save it. Nice dive there by number 8. Angie Ward there. Ball still alive. And they lose control. Lost a little out of position there. So nice job by the Eagles to tie it up. Boy, they worked hard for that 1 point, though. That's the only negative I can see for Kennedy. So, but Seibel back to go for her 2nd consecutive point, gets it in. She wastes no time with that service motion either. Big spike block, too much power there. Oh, look at the smile from number 19, McCaw. She's almost afraid to show how happy she is and how much fun that is. Watch that, and then just afterwards, if we can catch it, just a little smile right after that. Okay, Hannah Howell, big jump serve, slaps at that. Eagles having trouble returning the serves. They're now down 2 off the bench for Kennedy. Looks like assistant coach Kevin Race imploring them on. Seibel, another tough back row. Not getting down far enough. I think the Orioles here have found the weakness. And the Eagles, they're just gonna pound that back row all night long here. There's another one, trouble. 6-2. Hannah Howell, number 17, adding to the service receiving woes of the Eagles of Kennedy. 5'11", sophomore, going for another one here. Okay, Kennedy handles it. They got a chance at a spike by Anderson. Now, Maddie McIntosh, and an ill-advised, but I understand what she was trying to do. She's McCaw there, trying to just kind of curve one in there from just off the front of the row, but nice run there for Michaela Windward. Or no, Hannah Howell, I'm sorry, on those service points. Up 6-3 early. Oh, what a dive there. Number 9 into the match. Elsa Berglund, just a freshman. They lost the point, but what an effort that was by the freshman, getting some experience here at the varsity level. So nice job by the coaches for St. Louis Park, mixing in. There is the nice serve. Off McIntosh, handles it. Eagles, dive, out. Wow, nice effort there by Windward. So now the Eagles, though, they're not going away. They have now climbed back into it. Number serving is Michaela Sanchez Saracita. Going for a 2nd point, a lot of pace, and that is an ace for Sanchez Saracita, junior. Designated setter, finds, splits the defense well in beside the back line. Now she's going to point 3. She has now evened it up here. So don't go away. Eagles are making a run here, and they are not done. Faith Ford, big time. Faith Johnson, I should say. There she is. Big time shot to stop that little run by the Eagles. Boy, that set was just beautiful. Most of those spike attempts, if they're successful, it's really all about the set. I've said it many times. Here's the serve, back row, trouble, and they run into the wall. McCaw, nice job, number 19. Congratulations from Kendall Coley there. Just thank you very much. Nice wall there. There she's celebrating, nice job. 8-6 now, 2-point lead once again for the Orioles. Here's another chance. Who's gonna get it? Johnson. Oh, here come the Eagles. Nice job. And the block again by McCaw. Oh, they called. I'm not sure what that was. Let's see here. Is there a net violation? I don't know why they took the point away. Maybe she was over the... Well, it looked like she might have been guilty of something, so they lost that. Wow, look at that. Out, wow. You know, she probably should have let that go, Berglund, but boy, she showed, she really contorted there to get that ball. There's that last shot. End of it. Johnson, nice bump there. McCaw takes a running shot at it. Interesting style there. Now Windward, back to McCaw. Boy, Siebel gives it right back to him. Johnson again, and Siebel stops it. Oh, we got a player down who's hurt. And just from my vantage point, it does not look good. She is writhing in pain. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know. What happened? Is it her knee? We need to get a doctor here, I think. Doesn't appear anyone knows what to do. Looking to see if anything's like dislocated. Like, but I think it might be her right knee. Look away. This might not look so good. Let's see. Oh, right there. She's already down. This is a problem. I think it's going to be a few minutes. Maybe we should take a break if possible, but I think we should. I think it's going to take a minute. I don't see anybody rushing in here. Okay, let's do that. Okay, we'll be back in a moment.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
Welcome back to the St. Louis Park Gymnasium, where it just took a break because of a very serious injury that occurred on the front line in the last play a few minutes ago. Allie Starks, junior right side hitter, came down awkwardly when she was jumping to try to block a St. Louis Park shot. Looks like she twisted her right knee, or maybe, but she was in a lot of pain. And they finally just were carrying her off. She's over, you can see her in the screen on the bench there being tended to. So she seemed to not be in as much pain. That was the hardest part to watch, but she is out of the match. And if we hear anything further about the extent of her injury, we'll pass that along. But meanwhile, it looks like we're about to start game 2 here. If you're just joining us, you can see St. Louis Park. So, all right, we're gonna get it going. They've got her on the bench over there, but I think that maybe they need to move her farther off the bench in case somebody crashes into her from the field. So, all right, but enough about the injury. Until we hear more, we're back underway. St. Louis Park serving. And that is Michaela to Faith Johnson, and a little miss hit at the front row. Might have taken her eye off of it. Looking ahead to see where she wanted to place it, and yeah, she must have just taken her eye off it at the last second. So, okay, back to serve. Tied at 9s for Bloomington is Maya Tyler. She gets it in, and there's a big-time spike by number 12, Kendall Coley. There she is. 6'2", sophomore, bringing it. All right. Substitutions by Park. Incoming in is Howell for Bergland, and now Johnson is going to be replaced by number 8 to serve. And of course, that's Addie Ward. They brought her in to serve before. She has been successful. So St. Louis Park looking to get control here of game 2. It was about this time in the game 1 where they started to take control. Let's see if they can do it again. Seibel brings it. Ward dives. Ball in play. Howell scores out. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Good form there. Yeah, maybe just long. I could just see it through the legs of Sanchez Cerrita there. So now serving is number 19, Julianna Ortega Guire. Nice serve by her, sends Ward diving, and that results in a point. Nice job by just a freshman, Julianna Ortega Guire. Now gives the Eagles their first lead of game 2. They're hanging tough. The left-hander puts it into the net, but nice job by her to keep the Eagles tied and in this match. They don't want to go down 2-0, that is for sure, with St. Louis Park at home. Okay, now the experienced senior Maddie McIntosh settles it down and gets a point, a much-needed point there for the Orioles. Nice job there, diving for it. Of course, there was Maya Tyler, and there's another big serve by McIntosh. So now the senior adding to the mix on the service line, and let's see if she can get 3 in a row. Trouble for the Eagles, they're gonna have to play defense. Windward to Howell, this time it comes rocketing right back. Another chance for the Orioles. They don't get it. Here come the chance for the Eagle. Tyler, Windward, Howell can't catch up to it. She'll have to play defense. Big shot there, number 14. Finally, Reagan Alexander ends the point. What a rally there between these two squads. That went back and forth at least 10 times. Great volleyball action here. Look at that. As she's going right, she's hitting back left. Unbelievable athleticism here. And Zebo gets stuffed at the line, and a violation. Gives the ball back to the Orioles, and now again another 4-point lead, and now they are asserting themselves, and McIntosh going to serve again. Boy, that could have sailed long. Trouble here for the Eagles. They try to save it, unable to do so. Up 5 now, 16-11. Maddie McIntosh picking up where Annie Holden and Michaela Windward left off in game 1. Reeling off multiple point service times. Here come the Eagles. Another great rally. Howell saves it. And another point for McIntosh and the Orioles. Lots of smiles in the stands here. McIntosh to serve, goes way long this time, but nice job by her. They were essentially tied when she took over, and now there's a 5-point lead, and the Orioles are just 7 from victory. Let's see if the Eagles can answer here. Last game at this juncture, they were unable to. Service over, and nice block by the Eagles on Kendall Coley, or Reagan Alexander, I mean. There's another chance. Zebo goes off the front line. Point to St. Louis Park, I guess. Oh, I guess it didn't hit someone at the front line. I thought it might have. So that ball sails long for the Eagles. So unable to answer, and now they're going to get Windward, who destroyed them in game 1. Can she do it again? Back row, they handle it okay. They're gonna have to play defense. Chance for the Park Orioles. Who's gonna get the chance? McCaw. And she delivers. She got that ball nice and deep, far from the net, and it results in a point. And Michaela Windward is off and running, and now a timeout by Kennedy. The assistant coach, Kevin Race. Good time again to call timeout. Maybe could have done it a few points ago, but if they hadn't done it yet, this is the time to do it. One last chance to try to freeze Windward. Here we look at the schedule for St. Louis Park. So today is October 10th. We got the Kennedy Eagles, and then a tournament. Not sure what the TBD to be determined. Yeah, I know it means that, so I can't believe they don't know what tournament they're going to yet, just 3 days from now. But Then they got Benilde St. Margaret's, the Cross Highway 100 rivalry. And Benilde's got a nice volleyball team as well. We covered them earlier, so that looks to be a very good match. Any volleyball fan should come over to the gymnasium here, St. Louis Park. It's always entertaining, great action. Just an update there on the injured Eagle. That you can see her on the bench to the right there. You know, when they go to game 3, they're going to have to pick her up and move her over to the bench on the other side. We'll see what they do with that. Okay, here comes Michaela Windward after the timeout. 2 points in a row now at 19, going for more. And nice serve, trouble for the Eagles. They save it. No, they don't save it. The I-beam, another antiquated part of this old school. It's a lovely school, I love it, but it's old. And there's an I-beam, and that's what hit it there. So that results in Windward's 3rd consecutive point. 5 points from the win here in game 2. Jump serve, really well shot. Wow. Hard, low. Michaela Sanchez-Zurita could not handle it. 4 points in a row for Windward, and now the Orioles can smell victory. They're just 4 points away, and their best server is at the service line. And on a roll once again. Wow, look at the action on that ball. Eagles get it over. McCaw misses it. Oh my goodness. 6'4" Gabrielle. Look at how quick she brings that gun. My goodness. Went out though. Still fun to hit those shots. I'm sure for McCaw, although she'd rather have it in, of course. So now back to serve is Seaball. She is a strong player for the Eagles. McIntosh gets it across. Howell takes a quick shot at it, trying to get him off talent, and that was a very smart move there. Hannah Howell, sophomore, showing the wisdom of a senior, sensing they were in disarray and out of position. Rather than do a set for a more polished-looking spike, she just popped it over there as fast as she could, and it worked. Now Howell will serve. 3 points from the game, and a violation at the net by the Eagles. Gives Howell and the Orioles 23 points, 2 from the victory in game 2. Boy, off the chest by Seabold, but it worked. They didn't call a violation. Here comes Windward to McCaw, and she scores it. It went off a hand on the front row by Kennedy, and we've arrived at game point. There's McCaw, look at that. Wouldn't we all love to be able to do that? What a great feeling. Oh, Howell on game point. Jump serve comes off her side of her hand, and now we're gonna have a quick substitution in for, let's see, coming in is Elsa Berglund, the freshman, 5'5", for Howell. So she'll play in the back row. She's happy to be in, she's excited. She's a good little player out there. Okay. And unable to handle it, the Eagles get a point. It would be a miracle comeback, but they've got one. And back to serve once again. This is Michaela Sanchez-Zurita. Hope I'm pronouncing that last part right. Okay, a chance. McCaw gets it. That's game point. Game 2 goes to the St. Louis Park Orioles, so come on back to see if they can sweep them out in game 3.
Oops. Uh-oh.
Get on top of it before they do. Every 24 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchorit.gov.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ParkTV 16 Sports. We're on location in the St. Louis Park High School Gymnasium, and we're about to begin Game 3 of this Metro West Conference Girls Volleyball match. at the varsity level. If you're just joining us, you can see St. Louis Park has had their way with two identical scores there, taking the Eagles out 25-15 in both games. And in a similar fashion, they were both tied at around 10 apiece, and then about that time in the game one, it was Michaela Winward who rallied off 8 in a row to take an 8-point lead, followed by Annie Holden who reeled off another 6 or 7 to close it out. And in game two, it was the senior Maddie McIntosh that came in. Score was tied around 10-11 apiece. She reeled off, I think, 5, 6, 7 in a row, and then followed by Winward who reeled off another 5, 6 in a row, and then Hannah Howell, I believe, finished it out. Or actually, I think they won it on while they were receiving the serve. But very, very similar ways of winning. Let's see if that pattern holds true. If you're a St. Louis Park Oriole fan, you certainly hope it does. There was a significant injury there in game one. You can see the young woman, Allie Starks, came down awkwardly on her right knee. Her left knee was already in a significant brace, so I'm wondering if it's a similar issue just now with the other knee. Usually that can happen with knees if they're similarly structured, which I assume they are. They might be prone to the same types of injuries, so hopefully she'll be all right. She was in pain quite a bit there initially, but seems to be okay now. Sure they'll address that after they get the team bus back to Kennedy High School and back to her community. So, okay, we're about to begin, and again, Park in dark uniforms on the right. Maddie McIntosh, the senior, to start it off. Game 3, and Park, much like they did in games 1 and 2, gets off to a very good start. I just looked over, Paul Broden, the producer, is asking me, I'm looking at the scoreboard, why there's 2 points there. I don't know if it's a mistake or whatever, but that was the first point that I saw, just played a moment ago. And they're going for their second point. Wow, what action there. Sanchez Ciarita saves Howell's spike. Now the Eagles are in trouble, too many hits. What a sequence, what a spike by Howell, and what a save by Sanchez Ciarita. And now it's 3-0. I guess we'll go with the scoreboard, but we'll see if that gets corrected. And that ball makes it over, hits the top of the net. Advantage St. Louis Park, nice. And going for the soft spot in the middle, number 14, Reagan Alexander. Instinctually saw that hole and filled it with a nice soft touch there rather than go for the spike. And now McIntosh reels off her 5th point in a row, 4th, but we're going to call it 5. Try to find out and pass along information if there was some sort of penalty point for some reason. I'm not sure. Nothing was announced. And now Kennedy gets their first point, but boy, they're in a hole early on here. And you know what? As I think about it, last game, they were in a hole early on, and then they came back and tied it up and stayed tied from about 0.6 to 10, 11, and then St. Louis Park as Howell, spike, going for too much there. Needs to tighten it up a little bit. It's fun to really power those things, but you gotta balance power with accuracy. There's Howell, gets down low, that spike, set up Eagles, but chance now again for Howell. First spike, little off that. McIntosh, big spike there. Reagan Alexander now, 2 nice points for her early on here in game 3. Makes it 6-2. Here's Winward and Alexander, 1-2 punch. Winward, nice serve, and she has just been a thorn in the Eagles' side all night. She is a pleasure to watch serve these volleyballs. Clearly their best server on the Orioles team. Consistent tonight. Scoring many points, and that's in. She finds the line. That's the second time tonight she's caught a line for an ace. Look at that. They thought it was going long, and boy, she hooked it right in there. Clearly all the way in. Beautiful shot. 8-2 now. Kayla Winward, just a junior. And she's great. It's this time, her jump serve goes into the net, but She asserted her dominance once again, reeling off 3 points there. Now to try to answer as they substitute, the Eagles that is number 12, Maya Tyler. That's Howell. Back to Howell. And again, so she is missing on her spike attempts. She might be a little far off the net to attempt those the way she is, or learn how to try to curve it in. Might want to try a different shot from that range from the net. Now, McCaw. And that's in, right at the feet of the back judge. Wow. 6'4", Gabrielle McCaw, the senior, bringing the hard shot right on the line. Boy, that was close. And how long? That's her third consecutive one. We'll see if the coach wants to sit her down here. And she is going to come out now. I don't know if it was because of that or it's planned. But last 3 shots by Howell have been long, so might be the adrenaline. Just kind of calm down. She's a heck of a player. Okay, now back to serve is Linnea Zeeble. Down 4. They're going to have to assert themselves like they did last time at this juncture, or this could be over in a hurry as McCaw brings the back row spike from the right front side, and now more substitutions for the Orioles. They got a great system. Now into serve is Annie Holden, and she did some damage in game 1. Their other dangerous server, McIntosh, Holden, and Windward. Sounds like a law firm. This time, though, Holden, no such luck. So she'll come out. 10-6, so Eagles hanging tough here. Down 2 games to love, and down 4 here as we approach the midway point of game 3. Berglund saves that one, quick hands, but a chance for the Eagles. And Anderson runs into the wall of McCaw and Alexander. They try it again, they hit the wall again. Now deep to Berglund. Oh, her bump goes awry, but McIntosh saves the day. Tyler. Oh, they try to pull a fast one, but the Orioles are ready. Now that set off the mark. Chance for the Eagles. Ingrid, Tyler unable to connect. Berglund saves it, but it goes out of bounds. Not quite well enough. This freshman did the best she could. Wow, what a point there. Just when you thought the Orioles had control of that point, they let it get away from them. So their lead is now just 3. And back to serve is number 2, Faith Devery, the senior, gets it in, and now the set. Big spike, beautifully delivered by number 8, the junior varsity Addie Warg. Coming in to do the job for the Orioles. They're now up 4. And another nice job there. Point for the Orioles. Back to serve once again is Ivy Jones. She also had some success in game 1, reeling off 3 points in a row, and she's back at it again. So lots of good servers on the Orioles, and nice job there. Ingrid Anderson finds the soft part of the middle of the zone there. There's right here, she's gonna spike it, but takes a little bit off of it, and it just dies right in front of the diving Elsa Berglund. Ingrid Anderson to serve. Ward delivers the point, definitely finds the open part of the floor along the sideline there. And now the lead is back to 5 at 13-8 here. And back to serve is Addie Ward, 5'6" outside hitter, and a prolific server. There's the whistle, jump serve down the middle, handled by Sanchez Siracida. Now to Maya Tyler, but her shot goes long. So back to serve is Addie Warg. Nice shot there to the back row off the top of the ceiling. Tyler into the, and there is that I-beam. Starring in a role in this viral. I've never seen that happen. I don't know how they're gonna get that down. What a shot, there it is. Well, they'll have to throw some things at it, but they got another volleyball. Let's look at this. This will make the Sports Center top 10 highlights. Great camera work by our expert camera crew here at ParkTV 16 Sports. And now another timeout, much like games 1 and 2. Park now has their largest lead of game 3. And let's look at the standings in the Metro West. St. Louis Park 2 and 3. I thought they might be a little bit better looking at what they had early on, but this is a very strong volleyball conference. I can tell you Chaska, Benilde, Chanhassen are very strong teams. So a lot of talent in this division. And St. Louis Park, on balance, is a very, very young team. The only senior they have is Maddie McIntosh, and they will miss her next year. She is just such a steadying influence for the Park Oriole volleyball team, but there's some great talent. They're going to get Windward back, Alexander, and they're going to lose McCaw. I didn't see her earlier on in the year. I don't think she was part of those other matches, but yeah, of course they're going to miss the 6'4" senior. Okay, we're out of the timeout. Let's see if it has any negative effect on Addie Ward, or will she continue it going? And she does get a nice serve, and the Eagles are in trouble already. Maddie McIntosh delivers it. Nice play there. McIntosh to Windward, and just the perfect touch there by number 12, Kendall Coley. And you get the feeling St. Louis Park is going for the jugular now. They can smell victory, getting that instinct. Another great serve, illegal hit. 18-8. They won both games 1 and 2 by a score of 25-15, and now, oh, that didn't even get to her, right? An ace there for Addie Ward. Another great serve, trouble. Eagles are having all kinds of trouble, and they barely save it. Chance for the Orioles, and Kendall Coley. My goodness, second in a row. Big time shot there. And now St. Louis Park, look at that, putting on a clinic. Beats the back row defender, Sanchez Siracida. Now the Orioles 6 points from the game and match. Another great serve, sends the Eagles diving. Howell and Windward sees the opening, and they have got the Eagles reeling, and now another timeout is taken by Kevin Race, the assistant coach, as we watch that beautiful, experienced. She saw that out of the side of her eyes, and she's nailed it. Nice job there by Michaela Windward. What a game, what a match she's having tonight. Let's look at the Kennedy schedule. So let's see, it's updated through the first, and 3 consecutive losses there, and they had Park of Cottage Grove. I don't know if I have that result or not. I think so. And then of course they have Park, and then they got to go and take on Chaska, and they are a formidable team as well. So the Eagles have their work cut out for them. About to go down 3-0 here and get swept for the 4th consecutive match. So they need to figure some things out. They got to work on their receiving in the back row. I would do, if I was the coach, I would just drill that all afternoon. And if they could learn to return some of these big serves a little more efficiently, I think they could be pretty competitive, because they have some great talent there. Ingrid Anderson, Linnea Ziebel, seem to tighten it up on that back row. And they would be more competitive than they already are. Okay, here comes Windward to Owl. She delivers. 21-8. Orioles are just rolling the victory here. Howell, nice job. And she finds her range. They sat her down, but I think it settled her down. And the last 3 hits were long, but that one was right on the money. And another big serve by Addie Ward, as she is cleaning house here, cruising to a Game 3 victory. Big smile there. Winning is fun, isn't it? Great to see the enthusiasm. And that ball, yeah, she needs to stay focused. Might have been celebrating a little too early. I don't think they're going to lose it, but nice job, though, by Addie Ward. Really putting the hammer down on him. Not a lot of enthusiasm on the Kennedy sideline. But trying to stave off elimination here is number 19. Julianna Ortega Guire. She had success against the Orioles when she served last, but not this time. That gives St. Louis Park the 23rd point. And now Addie McIntosh to try to close it out with 2 service points here. Oh, and her first one goes into the net. So that puts the Eagles in double digits, but they're down 13. And there's the whistle. The dive. Reagan Alexander pops it over. Now Ward in the back row. Beautiful bump, set, drop, and it goes off Zeibel for the 24th point. And now who is going to try to serve it out? And, you know, who else should it be but Michaela Windward? She had an outstanding night at the service line, at the set line. Clearly they're the most valuable player here tonight. Big serve there, and that's what I'm telling you. And that's how it should have ended. Michaela Windward, it was her show tonight. Nice job by the entire team, however, as well. And that will conclude our broadcast. I am Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And for Paul Broden, our producer, and all the camera folks, have a great evening.